Hey, it's your boy J Hardcore Boxing News back at you with what's happening in the world of boxing today. Good morning. Yeah, y'all wish it was morning. Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody is well, fine, and fab-tabulous, man. And yo, we gonna get it on, man. You know what it is. It's the old timers show, man, where we all talk about this beautiful sport we love called boxing. And I bring on the cats, man, that been living boxing their whole entire life. So I tell you what, I'm gonna bring everybody in right now. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Bruce Gas, how you doing? Bernard, how you doing? Mr. Will, how you doing?
What's
And
that?
then we got a special guest right now. Y'all know who it is? Hell
I
no,
know
y'all
who it
know.
is.
You don't know who it is. Who it is? It is right now. Let's bring him in.
Steve Cunningham.
Steve Cunningham. What's up? We got the champ
up,
in the
y'all?
building.
What's
Hey,
Hold
happening,
on.
what's
Steve?
up?
Hey, let's
How you
bring
doing,
out.
brother?
Let's get
Thanks
Marvin
for
in
letting me
here
in the
too.
over 50 club, bro.
Yes, indeedy, man. We made an exception for your
It's
ass
an honor.
today.
I got 2 more years. So
Look,
thank
I
you.
told
I
him
know,
earlier.
I know. This is the first time we ever made an exception, my brother.
Hey,
Yeah,
I feel special, baby.
tell me.
Yes.
How everybody doing today, man?
Pretty good.
What's
How
up,
about
man?
yourself?
I
Good.
can't complain, man. I'm just happy to be in the building. I'm among great people right now. And man, let's welcome the chat. Let's see who in the building already in the chat, man. There's always looking forward to seeing the old timers, man. First person in the building is Tanya Vandross Williams Jr. Salute to you, good sis.
Hey, Tanya.
Then we got Doc and Lovely, the Melon Queen. Let me find out all the women showing up first.
How about
She
that?
said, she said, hey Jay in the hangout. Happy Sunday. Then we got my guy Ace Boogie in the building. What's up, Ace Boogie? He said, love family. Then we got the Boxing Menu Podcast. He say, smash that like button. Then we got Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT in the building. He said, good evening, Jay and the hangout. Then we got Stop the Motion MMA. Okay. All right. We got Wim Old School. Wim Old School is actually the founder of the Old Timer Show. He was the one that gave me this idea, man. So salute to Wim Old School as well. And Lottie Dottie and everybody that's coming into another old school party, man. Yes, indeed. Hey, so I'm gonna introduce the panel right now. First person we got in the building and the only white boy in the house right now, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more is in the building.
What's up, Bruce?
All right. Next we got Bernard Hackett, the father of Jaleel Hackett, who just signed up with Matchroom Boxing, who just got slaughtered this weekend.
How's everybody doing tonight, man? How's everybody?
How about what's happening, Bernard?
What's up? Next we got our guy, no hooks before books, brother Umar Marvin McDowell. What's up?
What's up, everybody?
Hey,
Oh,
Mark.
good.
What up, Steve?
Yeah, then we got our very own Mr. Will. What's up, Mr. Will?
Everybody, good seeing y'all.
And then we got royalty in the building, y'all.
Damn, all right, bro.
We got a former champ in the building. Yes, indeed. What's up, champ? How you doing today? Stephen Cunningham.
My man. What's up, Steve?
Thank you guys, man. It's a pleasure, bro. Thanks.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours, man. All right, we got the mayor YouTube in the building. We got Kareem Hassan in the building. He said it was many good fights to say which one was better than the others. Well, did you all enjoy the 5x5 yesterday? First of all, let's talk about that, man. What do y'all think about the 5x5? Anybody can chime in on it first.
Beginning to end, man, I loved it, bro. They're doing great things for boxing over in Saudi Arabia right now and Riyadh. And man, I mean even though the main event, the Beterbiev and Bivol fight had to be postponed, they threw some other cat in there, Zerag, whatever it was. It just kept the show rolling along, man. You know, we saw the featherweight championship change hands. We saw this dude in the opening match. What the hell was his name? Richardson from the UK. Looked like Marvin Hagler going back and forth. Looked like a white version of Hagler. He's switching back and forth, man. I'll tell you, bro. I mean, it was entertaining. And then, man, you know, the heavyweights came on. Who expected Daniel Dubois to take out Hershevik, man? That was right there, bro.
Yes, Lord.
And then we all saw the main event, man. Deontay Wilder fell like a big old tree, bro. I mean, he did the James Brown. I don't know what went on. And, you know, it was
James Brown.
Great day for boxing, bro. Everything but the split, man.
Yeah. He was saying, I got the feeling. baby, I got the feeling.
Oh, Lord, y'all crazy.
baby. I got the feeling.
Oh, y'all wrong, man. Y'all wrong. Wow. All right.
I hope he stay away from this, man.
Yeah. I hope he just retires down and keep it simple, man. You did. What fight did y'all enjoy the most last night, man?
I enjoyed the Raymond Ford fight.
Good fight, man. I think Raymond should have won, but I think since they knew he was moving up, they went on and gave it to the guy that was staying, man. That's how I feel about it. I ain't going back and forth with nobody about it either.
Yo, I enjoyed the boys Hargovic fight. I like the boys his comeback. You know what I mean? Because he really should be the world champ, the heavyweight champ. Because he stopped him. You know what I mean? And he's getting his just due by beating Big Baby Miller, and now he just beat Hargovic by cutting on cuts. I don't care if it's on cuts, injury. Yo, bro got the win. Period. He moving on now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I was really excited that he got that win.
All right.
And you know, that shows you that those L's that Triple D caught in his career earlier, they don't mean anything, man. You know, he came back, he bounced back from those, and the other cats that are afraid of fighting in the caliber that Daniel Dubois fought, man, they should take note, because now what is he? He's IBF interim heavyweight champ now, man. People have to come to him. I mean, you know, shout out to Triple D, bro. I like the way he's going, man. And Hershevik, man. Hershevik, how can this guy only have, what do you have, 12 fights, 14 fights, or whatever he had, man? He just did not have the experience. You know, back in the day, Tyson, you know, Holyfield, all those cats, they had 12 fights, 10 fights a year when they were first getting
Facts.
You know, too much inactivity with Hershevik, man. You know, he got in there, he didn't know how to handle somebody that was as seasoned as Dubois. So I don't know where he's going to go now, but you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Dubois and Zhili Zhang.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Yo,
that'll be a good one.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Zhang is sharp, man. What is he, 6'7"?
6'6".
6'6". He's sharp and heavy-handed. That dude nice, man.
Yeah.
And 41 years old, man. He's 41.
Yeah. He's putting in that work. He's trained by
He's almost ready to join us up there, man.
He could have been in here tonight, right? Marvin, what you like last night, Marvin?
Well, if I would have saw it, I would have liked the whole card, man. But I ain't see it. Yeah, but you know, the featherweight from England, what's his name? The won the title?
Yeah.
The little guy.
Oh, you talking about Ball?
Yeah. Well, you know, the guy that I work with, Dimes, went over there and got him ready for a fight. He was over there like I think 3 weeks, man. Got him
Oh,
ready
okay.
for a fight.
Hey, Dimes
Yeah,
is nice. Dimes nice
yeah,
too. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
no
saying
doubt.
somebody better pick him up because he was supposed to be with GTD, but
Mm.
ain't nothing happened. He's 17-0, man, 14 knockouts.
Dang.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he ready to get something going. He's the WBA international bantamweight champ, man.
Mr.
So
Will,
anybody
what you?
grab him up,
Mm,
they're gonna have something real good, man. This dude works like a dog, man. I'm
yeah,
saying he works.
he a complete boxer. He's a boxer for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Mr.
He
Will, what
pre
you like? What you like, Mr. Will?
Well, the fight, the main event, honestly looked exactly like I thought it would. I ain't gonna, I was trying to tell you last week, Marvin. You ain't want to hear it though.
oh, talking about me?
Yeah, because
Well,
I said, what's his name? Wilder is unteachable and all that, and it showed up again, man.
yeah, but I'm saying what I got to do with that?
Now you said you liked him last week when I said who you like. You said, well, I like Wilder for that. You
Yeah,
said he
yeah,
got
I
heavy
like him,
head.
but that don't mean that. I said I liked him.
Yeah.
I didn't say I liked him to win.
Oh, you got to put the win on the end of that.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
got to put the
man.
win on him, man.
Oh, all right. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
You
he
got,
was a player.
hey,
He
you
was a
Oh,
got to be,
player.
you got to be technical with me, man. You
oh
can't play with
man.
words, man.
Man,
You
that was a good escape. Yeah, I'm telling you. You really made a choice on that. You said, "Man, look, I don't know if I'm gonna take the stairs or the window, but I'm getting out of here." You know.
Yo.
Look,
uh,
I like all the boxers, man. But if I don't say they gonna win or lose,
Yeah.
then hey, I like them.
I totally misunderstood that. 'Cause you said I like him. He hits hard and all this kind of stuff. Sounds like you kind of, you know, rooting for him or something. I said, nah, man, that dude can't box, man.
we got
I
the
don't
Pope
want
of
no disagreeing with that, man.
we got the Pope of pugilism in the building. What's up there, my guy?
How's it going, Jay Hardcore?
Man, I'm keeping life real simple, and I'm enjoying the panel that has materialized so far, man. For Joe, did you catch the fights yesterday?
Okay, bro.
Yeah, I caught the fights. I mean, I was praying for. There were a couple of fights, man, that I just sat there and I shook my head. The Raymond Ford fight, and then Deontay Wilder. I was
Talk
hoping
to me.
Wilder had something left in the tank. I felt good because I didn't see his wife and fiance escort him to the dressing room, so I felt good. I said maybe Wilder is back, but he should retire.
Mm.
Yeah.
He had a great run, 10 title defenses, made a lot of money. He was very exciting, but it's just not there anymore.
Tell the truth, it wasn't never there.
I was going. That's what.
One
Look,
trick,
did you see
one
the look
trick
on my
pony.
face when he said that? Come on, man.
Folks,
One trick
let's
pony,
say
man.
something. Now, let me say something. Let's not, it takes a lot to win an Olympic bronze medal and be a world champion and make 10 title defense. He's going to the Hall of Fame. So let's not disparage him. We got to compare him to his peers. But to say he didn't have it, no, he did a lot. He did a lot.
Yeah, he
10
ain't the
title
only one
defenses,
that been through that.
that's a
Look,
lot.
I'm gonna
He
say it
ain't been
plain
the
and simple.
only
Now
one
let
that
me
been
ask
through
the
Having
that,
a
man.
good
question.
time.
Let me ask the question. How many fighters on here have a world title, won a world title, besides Steve Cunningham? Nobody. So it's not as hard. So we
And,
should not.
and,
So we shouldn't
and,
disparage anybody.
how many
We shouldn't
titles you
disparage
won?
anybody.
Ooh.
How many
Uh-oh.
titles you won?
I'm saying I'm not here disparaging anybody. So I'm saying we got to respect people that are able to win world championships and compare them to their peers.
What
The
I
man
I'm
do,
made 10
saying,
title defenses.
I
He's going
do.
to the Hall of Fame.
What I'm
yeah.
saying is
So
this, brother. He came along at a good time. He was not in a competitive era.
We can
You
say
know what
that
I
about
mean?
Jack Dempsey and everybody.
but we're not talking about Jack Dempsey.
Exactly.
He came at the
Exactly.
time he was born. He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah. It just shows
Hey,
you how
hey, I'm right with you with the Pope pugilism, man. The way I look at it, man, this brother started at 19 years old, straight off a beer truck, made the Olympics, and became champ of the world.
Yeah,
I'm
he
going
was
to salute.
accomplished.
I'm going to salute him. I'm going to salute
Yeah,
him. You know what
he
I'm
was
saying?
accomplished, man.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
He did better than I did.
look. I also have a bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you real cheap.
The man
Oh,
made
come
10.
on,
The
man.
Hall of Fame is
Once again,
Hall of Fame is so political. I want to see who's on the ballot, and then I'll judge whether he's worthy based on who
my
they say
brother,
is
they
on.
set the precedent already. When they let Ray Mancini in, who was done at 23, got knocked out twice by Livingstone Bramble, right? I don't want to hear anything about somebody who made 10 title defenses can't get in. Not when you put Ray Mancini in there.
No, the one I really
precedent
have
has been
a
set.
problem
They
with is
placed
Rocky
Ray
Balboa.
Mancini in the Hall of Fame.
Rocky
He was done
Balboa.
at 23.
Yeah, I said I have a problem with that.
No, we can't have a
Yeah, but
problem with that.
Balboa was not in as a participant though. He was in a different category.
Deontay Wilder
A
made
fictional
10
character.
title
Yeah,
defenses. 10. Ray Mancini's in at 23. Got knocked out
I
twice.
don't
Got knocked
understand
out
how
by
the hell
Livingstone Bramble.
Rocky got a statue in Philadelphia.
that's
How the
what
hell
I'm
that
saying. I
happened?
have major
Brother, that has
problems
nothing
with
to do
that.
with that.
I have major problems with that.
The only thing that's good about that Rocky statue is that my sensible pigeon has somewhere to go defecate.
Oh,
Yeah, really. I'll go for that.
yeah.
I'll go
That's the
for
only
that.
good thing about that Rocky. They can't stop the
That
pigeons from
statue was
saluting him.
disrespectful, man. That's a disrespectful statue.
I'm Jamaican,
It
my
was,
brother. I speak
yeah, it
my
is.
truth, but whoever like it.
Well, you don't understand that his election into the Hall of Fame was based on the popularity that the Rocky character brought to boxing. Before
Yeah, but
1970,
his contribution to boxing.
Well, Jimmy
when
Ward.
the Rocky
Yeah,
movie came
really.
out, though, everybody wanted to be a boxer. Everybody was watching boxing on TV. That was an achievement award for the popularity.
My brother,
He wasn't elected
To
as
create a category outside of boxing for that.
and it's a
Jimmy Walker
popularity
belongs
contest anyway,
in the
bro.
Hall of Fame.
There's a
It's
lot
very
of guys doing
disrespectful for the
it.
guys who put their life
No,
on the line.
Coach,
Very
I understand it.
disrespectful.
I understand the category, but based on your logic, Jimmy Walker belongs in the Hall of Fame because when I saw
Exactly.
Bootney
Exactly.
Farnsworth beat 40th Street Black and let's do it again, I wanted to be a boxer.
Exactly.
So let's put Jimmy Walker in there.
Exactly.
Hey,
How
Mr.
about
Will.
Popeye? How about Popeye and Bluto?
Hey, Mr. Will. Mr. Will.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Will.
That's
Last week we got a lot of messages saying they were tired of looking at your tonsils last week. You need to back up from the screen. There you go.
my man. How's that?
There you go.
Damn. He said
Everybody
looking at my
they was tired of looking at your tonsils last week.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
His speaker's probably right near the phone. He's got
Wow.
Wow. Funny.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Y'all got me.
They're like, do we have tonsillitis?
Look, Jay, tell him I said touche on that one, okay? Oh, boy.
I mean, I got at least 6 messages about your tonsils last week, man.
Wow. Am I back far enough now?
Now, you are great now. They wanted to see how beautiful you are, brother.
Unbelievable.
Which way?
Now I want to make sure they recognize me when they see me out and about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good shot right there, man.
Oh boy.
The fun bunch.
All right, y'all. Now, today's show is about what was the best boxing match you ever seen in your entire life and why? Yeah. That's what we want to know today. What was the best boxing match you ever seen in your life and what made it the best boxing match? Anybody can chime in when they ready.
I know.
Yeah, I know that's a tough one
Oh, I
right
don't know.
there.
Look, I have a candidate, but
Okay.
the sad part is I can't think of one of the combatants' name. I know what his handle is when he's in the ring, but I can't remember his name because I haven't seen him in a while. But this
What's his
guy
handle?
is one of my favorite guys out there right now. As a matter of fact, he fights soon. Anybody on the panel familiar with Juan Carlos Estrada? Uh,
Yeah.
The name sounds familiar.
hey y'all, this guy puts on some great fights. And he fought this guy. They called the guy the Hawaiian Punch. This might have been about 10 years ago.
That's
That
Oh
Brian
yeah,
fight
Valori.
was
That's
Brian,
perfect.
Brian
yeah,
Valori.
Valor.
Brian, that's
Uh,
it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it,
Brian
Brian.
Valori.
Valor.
Yeah, boy from
That's it.
Hawaii, right? The
Yeah,
Hawaiian
man.
Punch.
He
Yep.
could rumble, bro. He will
I'm
go.
trying to tell you, him and Juan Carlos Estrada put on one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Man, it was like everything you want. It was it's like action. Like you know how people. I don't do comedy. I like action movies, right?
Right.
That was all action. That was
All
the action.
action.
All action.
Do you remember that night? Do you remember that
Oh, of
night?
course, of course.
Take us back there then.
Well, like I said, man, it was everything that I like. I like fights. I like, to see that two or go back and forth. That's the kind of fight
You
I
go
like. I
forward.
don't like one guy just beating up on another guy. I don't like showcase fights. I like competitive fights, and that was extremely competitive.
Mm.
That was a punch drunk fight.
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, somebody had to pay for that.
I'm excited.
Somebody had to pay for that one. I haven't seen Estrada much since then.
Anything else?
I don't even think he's still fighting now.
Mm.
I mean,
Nah, they done.
I meant to say, what's his name? Brian
Good.
Valori. What was his name?
Oh, there go Holly.
Brian Valori.
Valori. Yeah. I haven't seen him much since. I saw
No,
him.
but I'm saying he old, man. That was a
Yeah,
long while back.
yeah.
That's all
They
right.
probably
It could
retired.
be an old fight. It could be an old fight. It don't make a difference. It's whatever
Right,
fight that you
No, he
just.
said he
right.
hasn't seen him
Oh,
lately.
okay.
But
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
haven't
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
really much since
He's,
then.
he's coaching now.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Seen it. But yeah, that was an excellent fight though, y'all. I really enjoyed that.
Mm.
I
Like I
think
All
I,
said,
I
a
right.
think
lot of fights soon. Check them
I
out.
think I gotta follow you, Mr. Will.
But,
I have to say Chocolate Tito and Brian Valori.
yeah, that was a good one. That's what I'm
Mm.
saying.
Yeah, that was a good fight because
Yeah,
I think the referee had the best seat in the house because he didn't have to do any work that night.
that's what that division
They
is on
they
fire
stayed in
anyway.
the pocket. They fought each other in the pocket.
Yep,
Chocolatito showed the perfect transition from offense to defense, from defense to offense
yep,
with a puncher in front of him. You know
yep,
that was one way the best seat in the house was the referee.
yep, yep. That's what I'm saying. I like a lot of guys in that division.
Somebody need to mute themselves. We're getting a lot of
Bro, you ain't
background
gonna pick
noise.
that up?
That's some background noise. Background noise.
I think
Yeah,
that's
young
Cunningham.
lady in the background. Is that Cunningham?
Wi-Fi.
Right.
Yeah, that's Cunningham.
All right. All right. Who want to give the next one?
Take the next one.
Okay.
All right, this is
We ready?
a little biased. This one gonna be a little biased because I was there. All right.
Okay.
This one gonna be a little biased because I was there. I saw it happen. I felt it happen. Steve Cunningham versus Amir Mansour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Oh my
Ooh.
God.
That was a good one
Now,
too.
that fight right there, man. Like I looked at it afterwards, and I was like, "Wow, I did that. He did that." You know, like, and then knowing the emotions behind it, and us being friends. You know, we were cool. You know, he helped me get my second world title back, sparring me and stuff. But you know, you can't judge a fight. You can't judge if you're going to win a fight by the sparring. You know what I mean? And that's a big
Yeah,
problem we have today with a lot of
yeah,
these
Yeah,
guys.
because there ain't no friends in boxing if you're a
Ain't
real
no friends
boxer.
in boxing. Facts. Ain't no friends. So once the
Yeah.
deal was made and they paid me the amount we were looking for, the fight was on and we became we gritting at each other at the stare down.
yeah,
Fuck you too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
But that fight, man, that fight had everything in it, man. I tried to box, but the Philly in me rumbled, and then that cost me a couple knockdowns. Then I weathered that storm, boxed back, got a knockdown on him. Oh man, that fight, man, I'm telling you, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
That was one of my favorites of all time, like for me. And I'm just not saying that because it's me, but I am because I experienced it. And
like
Yeah.
Mansour got a late start too.
yeah. Mansour got a late start, and I mean the thing about Mansour too was he was in jail. He was getting all that strength and power while he was in jail,
Yeah,
and he got out hungry,
yeah,
and he was just flattening dudes. Oh
yep,
my God, I didn't
yep,
want to fight the bro because man, listen, he was on a knockout streak. He was
yep,
like the Southpaw Mike Tyson.
yep.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
was.
And
He was rough.
undefeated, and
And
and I
I like his nickname, Hardcore.
Yo,
Yeah,
hardcore, baby,
yeah.
Steve,
hardcore.
That's right.
Hardcore.
it's funny. It's funny Steve mentioned that fight because it was one of the three that I was going to mention because
Oh wow,
the headline from our article is that I was there and
yeah.
it's one of the greatest fights. And the article says Cunningham whoops Mansour. He
Nah, that
calls me
wasn't
up.
that.
He didn't talk to me for about 6 months. He was
Wow.
pissed that I said Cunningham whoops Mansour. I said, my brother, read the article. He did whip you. But
Oh man,
Mansour
but
was mad at me. He wouldn't talk to me for about 6 months.
yeah, that was an emotional fight for both of us, man. Because you know what I was going through with my daughter, at that time, and a lot of people don't know that fight. I had made my mind up, because I had already had like 7 losses, probably 5 of them from unscrupulous decisions and stuff. So I knew the business of boxing, and I was like 37, 38. And I'm like, I know they don't like me. They trying to get me out of there, but I'm still good. But so I'm
Yeah,
like, if I lose this fight, I'm going to retire. That's how I felt, man. So
yeah.
I put all them eggs in that basket, man, and that's what helped me get up. People think, you're fighting for your daughter. And I'm like, man, listen, I had it in my mind that if I lose this, I'm getting out of here,
It was a
and I didn't want to leave.
it was a great fight, man. I was at ringside. It was a great fight, but it pissed Mansour off, and I guess he got over it because Steve won the fight. That's just the reality. He got up and won the fight.
Yeah, that was a good rumble. Oh, so also, go ahead, George. Tell him the other part about the fight. the books.
Yeah.
So the other part of the fight.
Yep.
That fight was so dope to me.
Book.
I turned it into a three-part comic book
Yes.
series.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Tell
USS
us
versus
about
Hardcore.
That's right.
I have mine on my bookshelf, Steve. I gotta get them autographed.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. I just left Philly. We just got back to Pittsburgh. Just.
Oh man.
So next time, bro. But yeah, I started a comic book company, turned fighters into superheroes, and me and Mansour was the first ones, because that fight was that dope.
Mm-hmm. And can I say this, Steve? I'm the first Jamaican to be featured in a comic book, thanks to Steve Cunningham.
Hey, what's happening, baby?
That's fire, man.
But
That's
but the
fire.
fight besides the Cunningham fight, I was thinking about all the fights. The Cunningham fight was there. The other fight, two fights that I thought I was just so excited about, Larry Holmes versus Jerry Cooney. And I saw it down at the University of Penn, right? And just the air and the atmosphere that President Reagan had set up a whole team in Cooney's locker room, hoping that he was going to win, and how Larry went out there and just mugged him and knocked him out. And I just loved that he did it, because I was a huge Larry Holmes fan with the jab, him coming from Eastern Pennsylvania, following his brother in the Golden Gloves. I just love Larry Holmes. And I had nothing against Jerry Cooney. Period. He's a nice guy. But just how the atmosphere made it.
Oh, they made it super racial that night.
The way they made it back to 100 years earlier with Jack Johnson and James J. Jeffries on July 4th, 1910. That was the atmosphere. And people were saying, well, Jerry Cooney is going to be America's world champion. But I was happy how Holmes boxed him and took him down the stretch and got him, I think, 13. The next fight that I love, because he was somebody I could identify with from the island, and my friend had beaten him, Anthony Fletcher had beaten him coming up, Livingstone Bramble. Just how Livingstone Bramble's psychology, and he talked about how he was using what we call Ubia, which is black magic. He kind of psyched out the whole camp of Ray Mancini, and nobody thought he was going to win. Nobody. But we kind of thought he was going to win. He went in there with Bob Marley. He's a Rastafarian, so we all were cheering for him. And that's it. He made history that night.
Hey, George, did you know that fight was 40 years ago yesterday?
It doesn't matter. It was yesterday.
40 years ago yesterday. Bro, I'm not looking for no confrontation. I'm just giving you a little bit of fact, man.
No, I know. I mean, that long.
Damn. 40 years ago, bro, I was sitting right here watching it, man. An amazing fight, bro. Livingstone Bramble with the snake around his neck coming down into the ring.
He thought he was crazy.
The voodoo man putting a curse on Mancini. I mean, it was a charged fight. It was a charged night, and Livingstone Bramble, he came through, man. He won the WBA lightweight title easily. Beat him again in the rematch.
And the point about it, Coach. We knew about Livingstone Bramble because my idol at the time when I was a kid, right? Anthony Two Gun Fletcher had totally outboxed him and beat him in Atlantic City, like 5 fights earlier.
Hey, Steve, how can we get that comic book?
Hey, man, hit me up on Facebook, USS Comics, Instagram, USS Comics. Or even just text me. You know what I mean?
I just sent you a message on Instagram on your Instagram.
Right. I got you. Yeah, I'll send them joints out, man. I drew everything, made the story. I turned fighters into superheroes. So I got 4 comic books out right now. My 4th one was Austin Trout. I turned him into a superhero. Got his own comic book, man. I'm trying to.
Wow.
I love drawing. I love comics, bro.
Love. Yeah, all right. Who's next? Who's next?
Steve, when I die, my copy's gonna be buried with me.
Hey,
copies, man. I got several copies. One copy's going with me.
Nice.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
Nice. All right, Marvin McDowell. What was the best fight you ever seen?
It's been so many of them, man. It's hard. It's hard, really, to
give us a couple of them.
Yeah. Let's see. I like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier.
Which one?
The one that Muhammad Ali won.
The second one.
Yeah. And let's see. Sugar Ray, what's that dude's name?
Returns?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, see, me and Marvin, we're cut from the same cloth as far as that goes, man. Because if I can do my, I know y'all done, Marvin. You got any more fights to talk about?
Yeah, and Yeah, Jack Johnson and what's the name? When he did that
Jeffries,
exhibition, man, and he knocked the dude's teeth out, teeth was in the gloves.
You
Stanley
didn't see
Ketchum.
that. You didn't see that one,
Stanley
Marvin.
Ketchum.
Huh?
It was
We're
Stanley
talking about.
Ketchum,
We're
his
talking
friend.
about. Yeah, catch it. But we're talking about fights that we saw.
I did see it. They had a tape of it.
Marvin got loopholes.
I'm trying, you asked the best fight that you seen.
Well, you know, at
I'm
least we
talking
said.
about you
I
should have had a category: modern times, old times, and what.
Coach, you're right.
You gotta break
You
it
saw
down.
it. You
Oh
saw the
man,
tape.
anytime.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I got to reevaluate mine then, man.
Now, Jay Hardcore, can I mention the fourth fight?
Yes, sir. Go for it.
The one that I saw, I was a kid, was when middleweight contender Bootney Farnsworth took the championship from 40th Street Black.
Lord have mercy. What the hell?
You didn't say they had to be real fights. From Bootney Farnsworth, and let's do it again.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Portier hypnotized him.
40th Street. He put that bingo on him. He put the bingo on him.
Exactly. Hypnotized him. I thought Bootney was gonna get knocked out, but when Sidney hypnotized him, he had all his strength.
Yeah, man. Okay. All right, Bernard. What you got for us, Bernard?
Hey, man, these guys too much, man. These guys too much, man. I can't. Hey, if he putting that one on there, I'm staying the Ryan O'Neal movie where he was a boxer.
Oh no.
Nah, like I said, for me it was a lot of. I'm like Mr. Wheel, the action fights. Like I said earlier, Chocolatito, Brian Valori, Marco Antonio Barrera. When he fought Eric Morales. I mean, just action packed fights where the referee ain't doing too much work. I think that those are not just the best fights. Those are the ones where, for me as a coach, I can sit down with my guys and they learn so much from it because they learn the art of catching punches, the art of rolling punches, the art of slipping punches. So much now I see I think they call hunting fights. You got one rabbit and one wolf. One is running, the other one's chasing. That's just don't. I just think it's too much of that. But when you see guys display the talent level, and not just the talent level, but the conditioning level that has to go into punches where they're throwing 1,000+ punches between two fighters, 1,200. I remember, and Bruce, you probably had a better person with this one. I watched a Friday night fights years ago when Murky Sosa fought, and him and the guy combined for like 1,200 punches.
Dang.
That's the conditioning level that you don't see nowadays. I tell a lot of young fighters, you could not win if you fought in the 80s. And they're like, man, we got more of this, we got more of that. I say, y'all couldn't go 15 rounds. Physically, y'all are dead after 8 rounds in a 12-round fight. So every guy that fought 15 rounds, not just the champions, but every guy who went 15 rounds, he's going to knock you out at around the 10th round.
I thought of another one I could throw in there. Holyfield and Cowie won.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
I think a couple of fights that we probably overlooked if we just we didn't say one joint.
Yeah.
If we look at fights, look at some of the great fights that we had that we wouldn't see again that were in the Olympics. When I look at the fights that the '84 team did, I look at the fights like Marvis I've seen on some of the videos from the Ali Olympics. You had great fights that you'll never see again that took place between great fighters in the Olympics.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Arguello Mancini was a great fight. I
mean, just imagine if we saw Teofilo Stevenson as a pro. We didn't get to see him. You know, Felix Savone, we didn't get to see him as a pro.
Right.
So we can only look at fights they fought in the amateurs. And
Yeah.
some of the guys that went on to be superstar professionals, they lost to them guys in the amateurs.
Teofimo Stevenson used to beat the stuffing out of Tyrell Biggs every time he looked at him.
Yep.
He knocked out Dwayne Bobbick and he knocked out John Tate. Both of those guys went on as
And he knocked out the gold medalist in '84, Tyrell Biggs.
Hey, but if I can remember my favorite fight before I forget it, man, and it was the granddaddy of them all. It was Ali Joe Frazier won. I mean, the whole fucking world was charged up for it. There was lines drawn in the sand. The Vietnam War was raging, and the only way to see this fight was going to a closed circuit theater. You couldn't get it on home TV. It wasn't on radio. It wasn't on anything. But and I was only 16 years old. I'm in high school. It was on a Monday night. So I couldn't go. I didn't know anybody that was going to it, and they only had back then closed circuit. It wasn't done through waves. It was done through phone lines, and they only had 50 phone lines. So it was only one theater in 50 states. Some states didn't even have them. But anyway, the radio station I used to listen to, what they did was, and it was an AM radio station. Thousands of people throughout the state. There was nobody had CDs, and it was really you depended upon the radio for your music, for your sports, for everything. And what they did was they were getting the results of the fight from UPS. They sent the news every round. They would send round by round descriptions, and the DJ would rip it off the thing, and he'd read Joe Frazier came out in this round fast. Muhammad Ali was dancing around. Frazier caught him to the left hook. Ali is down, and it's like listening to the fight on the radio. It was fantastic, and I never saw the fight till about 2 months later because they showed it in movie theaters and drive-in theaters. They showed it on airplanes before, during flights.
Well, back then, Wild World of Sports
It took
was
about 2 months before they finally showed it. But man, but just living through that, man, because it was. I mean, father and sons were fighting with each other. It was wild. It was a worldwide event, and the whole world stopped to see that fight. And everything else has been great, but that was the one that I'll never forget. And I never even saw it live. The greatest fight.
Yeah, they would show it a week later on Wild World of Sports.
No, not this one,
Yes,
brother.
they did.
No, they did not. I'll bet you anything, man.
He said anything.
They were showing this fight before movies like Easy Rider and the movies of 1970, bro. Because I'm 16 years old. I wanted to see this fight, and it took months. They were showing it in drive-in theaters before the main movie. They didn't show this fight to the public for a long time, and nobody had cameras, nobody had things. So it took a while, man. It took a while to see it.
Yeah, wasn't both of them in the hospital for like 2 weeks?
No,
after that
Joe was
fight?
in there for a month. Ali came home, I think, the same night. But Joe stayed in there for about a month.
Dang.
There were rumors that Joe Frazier was going to die. Ali heard the rumor.
Yeah, and each one of them lost about 25 pounds apiece.
Yeah, I think Joe Frazier had kidney failure after that fight.
That's crazy. I'm gonna tell you, one of my favorites, man, was Holyfield Bowl, man. I love that first fight, man. Holyfield Bowl, man. You talking about?
Was that the one when the guy came in with the?
That's the last.
That wasn't the first one. That wasn't the first one.
That was the first one.
That wasn't the first one.
The last fight for years before Mike Tyson unified the titles because Riddick Bowe won the undisputed from Holyfield, and he dropped the WBC belt in the trash because he wouldn't fight Lennox Lewis.
Right.
Yeah, they called it the trash can belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a more cowardly move, though. I don't know why he did that.
Well, I heard it was about money more than anything. I heard it was about
But,
money.
I mean, they could have made that up at a later date or something.
Well, they were going to, and the contracts were signed, but then Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's by a guy named fucking Andrew Galata a couple of times, and that fight became like a distant dream.
But Galata had him beat both times.
Andrew was roid raging, bro.
Yeah, really.
Hey,
Really.
I met him in person. That was a big ass joker, man.
Yeah.
The lot was big as shit,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yo, he was. If anything, he was on tree trunks, man. That dude was big, man.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I met him in Delaware, man. He was huge, man.
Mm.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna tell you, I went to all the Gotti Ward fights too, man.
They were great.
Yeah.
Yo,
The first and second one. Come on, man.
I was there. All three of them, and
I
they
don't
were
know if y'all
all
familiar.
amazing.
Did you ever see Rafael Marquez and Israel?
Israel Cordova.
No, it was
Israel Vasquez. It might be Israel
Vasquez.
Yeah.
Israel
They did
Vasquez.
They did like 4 times.
They did 4, but by the 4th fight, Israel Vasquez was blind in one eye.
Dang.
Yeah. He had to retire or something behind that.
And he's still knocking guys out until that.
Yep. Man, there's so many great fights, man. Like the Holyfield, that Holyfield era when he went up to heavyweight. Oh man,
him and George.
Right.
Him and George. He went toe to toe with George.
Sheesh.
I remember George at the end of the round. George just dropped his head and walked through the ring.
Yeah,
he did. Back to the corner.
He did.
He dropped his head.
I think Holyfield hit him with about a 42 feet.
Hey, one thing about Holyfield, man, he was a fucking warrior, man.
Yeah, he was.
He was a warrior, man. He was a warrior, man. He didn't care, man. Hey, remember when they said he had a hole in his heart?
Look, can I say something about that? I'm going to tell you how I feel about that, y'all. I think that's the only way he could get Tyson in the ring with him. He put that out there. And I swear, because when they were doing their trying to sell the fight, I remember Tyson told Holyfield, he said, "Yeah, Mr. Holyfield, I'm sorry, but I'm going to kill you." He meant that because he was believing that whole thing about the bad heart. That's the only reason Tyson took that fight. You couldn't melt Tyson down and pour him on him during that time.
Yeah.
Man, I was so mad, man. I put everybody out my house, man.
No, you didn't.
I said, man, get out. Y'all got to go. Man, I was mad as I don't know what, man. Yeah, I'm serious. I told them vacate. They were teasing me, man. Man, I just knew Tyson was gonna get him, man. But Holyfield, man. Oh man, I put everybody out. You what?
If I bet on that, I'd still be spending that money.
You hit him with the Martin Lawrence. Get the stepping.
Yeah, show enough.
That episode when Martin fought Tommy Hearns. The first time I saw that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. He bent that with all them knots on his head.
I ain't gonna lie. No. Hey, but that's how Spence looked after the Crawford fight, though.
Yeah, he did. He did. But you know what? I think Spence knows it's over. He said after this next fight with Fundora, he's retiring. When a fighter starts talking about retiring before the fight, you know what it is.
No, he know Fundora's going to retire him.
Yeah, I know.
If that fight close, it's going to Fundora.
Of course.
Yeah, you might as well give it to the guy that's going to continue. Yeah, give it to the guy that's going to stay in the right. That's how I felt about the Ford fight, man. They knew Ford wasn't going to stay at 126. They like, you know what? We're going to give it to Ball because he's going to stay at 126.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I looked at that one, man.
Man, but honestly, what's his name? Wilder, that had to be. Now he gets one distinguishing thing out of this. That had to be the dumbest knockout I've ever seen in my life. What was he doing?
Yo,
what's he going?
What was he doing?
I think he was out. I think he was out on his feet.
Yeah. He spent around in a circle, and when he stopped spinning, that big right hand was right or left.
Yo, but what was he saying to the ref, though? I want to know what.
He was saying something. He said, "Man, he is real hard."
You know what he said? He said, "Hey, look, man, somebody banking me, man. Help me out."
One of those cartoons. Did you get the number of that truck?
Wait till the memes
how
come
many
out.
lumps you want? 1 or 2?
Oh, there's so many memes out already, man.
I could, but yeah, that little spin, man, he did, and then as soon as he came out of spin, bloop. I said, "Oh
but
man!"
Now that you said the spin, remember, I know you've been seeing the training clips of him spinning.
Yeah, I seen it 3 weeks. I seen it 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
I was like, "What the hell is he doing?"
Yeah,
he was just doing what he was trained to do. When he got hit, he spun the fuck around.
Yeah.
He stepped around too late.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy, bro.
Stuff, man.
Oh my!
He always did.
I like Wilder, man. I just because he did bring excitement to the heavyweight division.
He woke up the heavyweight division, man, because it was bad. Yeah.
But when that dude get in trouble, it's the ugliest.
Everything
like
goes out the window.
Water.
Everything goes out the window.
Hey,
he be punching like he's throwing baseballs.
I was trying to get in contact with you, SS, before the fight with Fury against Usyk, because you established the blueprint on how to beat Fury, man. You know what I'm saying? You did. It is what it is, man.
I wish I fought Fury under these conditions. Like the thing with me, like I was the first fight for him in America. You get what I'm saying? So nobody knew, and we said that about training camp. Brother Nazim, first day we signed the contract with Fury, he was like, first day, he said, you're gonna knock him on his back pockets with this punch. So we drilled that overhand right every day in camp. And so when the shot came out, I didn't even think of it. It just happened. I saw that. Exactly. It was just all reflex.
Muscle memory. Yeah.
And that overhand right came and crashed on him. Now, back to training camp. We had tall fighters. We had Mike Grant in camp. We had Kelvin Price in camp. And we had a couple more unknown guys, tall, 6'8", 6'7" dudes. And the thing about what I'm saying is there's an advantage everybody has against Fury that I didn't have. And that is, you seen after he fought me, his tactic is to lay on you. You know what I mean? It's to lean on you, get you tired. We didn't know that. Our thing was to go in there and box this dude out, bully him a little bit, slip, but he started all that leaning and leaning. If we'd have known that, there would have been other ways to like try to avoid that and stuff. But by strengthening my legs a bit more to carry that weight. But Usyk, even Wilder had it, but he didn't use it because I heard he's untrainable. So we'll go to Usyk. Them dudes are smart. His whole team is very smart. I can see they looked at my fight with Fury, even though that was a bit of a different Fury, but they still boxed him. They boxed him according to that game plan. They did.
Facts, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Let me ask you a question. What do you think on the rematch, man? Do you think Fury can overcome it, or we're going to get the same thing?
I think it's going. It's going to be the same thing, and probably a little more from Usyk, because now a guy like Usyk, man, you see how fast he adapted to Fury in that ring. That's one thing people they're not paying attention to when it comes to Usyk in his fight game. They're like, oh man, he's very crafty. He's a southpaw. He's this, but they don't take account the way he adapts to these champions, not just regular fighters, to these champions. Because remember, he beat all the cruiserweight champions in one tournament. Bang, 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 back to back. Some monsters, different variations of fighters.
Yeah.
Now you get to fight Fury, and Fury was being smart. Fury didn't try none of that leaning crap and all of that extra stuff. And I think that plays into a part of him not being able to use any of them PEDs and crap they be using when you're in the Saudi. But he boxed Usyk and was landing some good shots, and Usyk adapted and closed the distance on him, and next thing you know, he's about falling down. So
but see, the only thing too is that age, though, man. One day you're young, the next day you're old, man.
Well, look,
I'm saying it could happen anytime because he's at that age, man, where his body gonna say, "Hey, look, man, what you doing?"
Yeah.
And the way he eat them shots. Remember, That was one of his talents, was taking the punishment and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I hit him with a
but that's
hell
what
of a
I'm
shot
saying.
that
You
would have
know, like
right. That age affected
that,
that. I believe it.
yeah,
Well, I think him and Wilder took something out of each other anyway with the
Pound
trip.
of
That's
flesh.
true.
Pound of
That's
flesh.
true.
They left
That's
something in
true.
the ring.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
So what do you think this first fight with Usyk took out of him, and now he's going to fight a rematch with him? I mean, I
well,
think
Yeah.
the fight with Usyk took more than the fight.
Usyk
that'd be
might
the
stop
best
it.
thing that Usyk would do because he gonna beat him. He
I
gonna
think
beat
he's
him again. He might stop him
oh,
early.
yeah.
I think he's
Yep,
You
it
very
will
know,
be
but I'm
early.
saying after that, you know, it's going to take its toll, and his age is going to show up. You know,
Right.
one day, you
isn't
know, soon
Usyk isn't
his
Usyk older?
body is going to say, "Hey, nah, not no more."
Right.
You know,
I watched that fight. I just looked at Fury. He played around too much. There were
Too
times
much.
he was dominating from like the second, third, fourth round. Then he starts playing around. He just lost focus.
I think that was nervous energy. I think it
Yeah,
was
He just
nervous
True.
lost
energy.
focus.
Yeah.
I'll go for that.
True.
He just
He
lost
does
That's what
it
it
focus.
all the
is.
There's
time.
a time in the fight where we go, oh my God. I was talking to my coach on the line. We said, man, if Fury continues this, I don't know what was the second, third, fourth, fifth round. If he continues this, he's going to get him. But Fury just lost concentration, sticking his chin
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
playing around. Come on.
Yeah.
He just
If he had
lost
stayed,
it.
That
if he had stayed on his front foot and kept going to the body, he could have been a
Fought
better
a
fight
dumb
for him,
fight,
man.
people. He
Yeah.
fought a dumb
Yeah.
fight.
I agree.
He was mopping the floor with them. It looked like, oh, which round
Yeah.
is this fight going to stop? Then he kept playing around and just kept playing around. Why are you playing around with this
he was
guy
playing
you let
around
him know he
because
can fight?
he couldn't really get through the fight,
I
Right.
don't
and
think
he
he
was
ever
trying.
wanted that fight. I
I
don't
think
think
so
he
too.
ever
Yeah.
wanted.
No,
I
he
don't
didn't
think
want
he
that
ever
fight.
won
Yeah.
that fight. Yeah.
His
I
thing,
don't. Yeah.
Fury understands that the guys my size coming from cruiserweight, he understands what I understand, what Usyk understands, what David Hay, what Holyfield understands. We're the perfect size. We can beat any heavyweights. That's why I campaigned that heavyweight. I'd rather fight at heavyweight than cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Cruiserweights are dangerous. They're fast, they're powerful, and they're agile. Heavyweights
And
are
they in
just power.
between. They in
Right,
between.
right.
Was
So the
Chris
big
Bird
guys.
was Chris
Oh,
Bird at
you got it.
cruiserweight?
No,
No,
he was
Middleweight. He was a
middleweight.
middleweight.
he
He
was
was a
middleweight. Then
middleweight.
he went to light
Yeah.
heavyweight. He went to light heavyweight and
He went to
lost, but he
light
lost
heavy.
all those
Yeah,
Okay.
weights.
he came
Yeah.
down
Yeah,
from
he
heavyweight and
came
went to
down
light.
from heavy. Yeah, he was
Okay.
trying to. Me and Chris Bird is like brothers. You know, I've been in a numerous camps with Chris, and his main thing was he was trying to lure Roy Jones into a fight.
Yeah.
He wanted to fight with Roy, and then that would have been a big fight because you know and they were talking about doing it at cruiserweight at some point, but it never materialized. You know, he was like, Roy don't want to work. You know how it is. You know, you think it's this and it's that, but that would have been a good fight, man. That would have been a very good fight.
Chris Bird
You,
was terrible for heavyweights, man.
Yeah,
he
very
He was
good.
but you
terrible.
know who fights just like Chris Bird right now?
Who?
Clarissa Shields. She fight.
Ooh, facts.
Mm.
Facts.
I ain't never looked at that.
Facts, right? Facts.
Mm.
Facts, bro. I love Clarissa, bro.
Yeah,
She gets it. And she a dog, bro. I
she
love that.
can't punch though, man.
No,
She
just
got
like
to
Chris
always
Bird.
be in
Yeah,
shape. She
Just
got
like
But
to
Chris
be in
Bird.
shape.
Chris Bird couldn't either.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Hey,
Chris had some good body shots.
hey, Cunningham.
Yes,
What
sir.
was it like being underneath the tutelage of Nassim Richardson, brother?
Oh man, bro, I can write a book about that, man.
Man,
I'm dead serious.
Give us
Brother
something, man.
Nazim.
I love
Brother
that brother, man.
Listen, I wanted. There's a backstory with me and Brother Nazim. For you guys who don't know, I started boxing at the age of 19 when I joined the Navy.
Really?
All right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I started boxing.
You was Wilder's age. You was Wilder's age.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Me and Wilder
That's
got that
why
in
I
common.
always
Yeah.
say what I said. Wilder was unteachable. I always
Yeah. But Wilder was unteachable. My thing was I grew up boxing. My dad was
Oh, come on. I want to hear this. Come on, Wi-Fi.
Y'all hear
Believe in that getting a late start stuff, y'all. Like Cal, we started at 25.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Cunningham.
I joined the Navy at 19. At 18. Started boxing. Got my first fight at 19, and then I won the National Golden Gloves in 15 amateur fights.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm going to these national tournaments, and I see this man with these 5 children, and they're standing at attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we the military, because I was with the Navy team. We ain't even standing at attention. These Muslim kids standing at attention, well groomed, well disciplined, and they fight like grown men in the ring. They look great. So I saw him and I'm like, yo, I want that dude to train me. Back then, I'm like, I want that dude to train me. So over the years of going to the tournaments, got to know him. Nazim was a very personable dude. You can walk up to him, talk. He was a great guy all the time. So I got his number in about 1999. I turned pro in 2000, moved back to Philly in 2002, and me and my trainer separated. Now I'm a pro. I'm 11-0. I'm like, yo, I'm telling my wife, I've been telling her for years about this guy named Brother Nazim, who that's the only guy I want to train with. And it's like a dream. So now I called Brother Nazim in 2000, before I moved back to Philly, and I'm like, yo, I'm moving back to Philly. Could you train me? And he was honest. He said, listen, I'm stepping it up with Bernard, and I won't be able to give you the attention you need. So he said, I can't do it. So I was like, all right, I respected that. Now I'm back in Philly, 2002. I'm training at the James Schuler's Memorial Gym. About 2005, Brother Nazim and his squad would come in there, and Brother Nazim would help. Now I'm trained by Richie Giacchetti at the time.
Who used to be Larry Holmes' trainer.
Yeah. But I only trained with Richie during camp. At home in Philly, I'm in the gym every day. So I'm training myself. I'm strapping ankle weights to my wrists. I got a weight vest on. I got weights on my legs because I'm not with a trainer. So I'm like, I gotta push myself. Because I always want to be in shape. That's my thing. You ain't gonna never catch me slipping. Fuck that. Nobody was gonna call me like, yo, Steve, we gotta fight for you this in 3 weeks. Oh, I can't take it. No, my thing was, let's go. So I'm in the gym though, training by myself, and Brother Nazim would help me. It just so happened that I fell out with Richie Giacchetti, and Brother Nazim was like, yo, listen, let's work it. And now from there, bro, I can tell you, I almost went into tears because you guys, you trainers here, you guys know, you get the most out of the fighter that really believes
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? I
right.
train my sons. I train a few other amateurs and a couple pros, and I can tell when they believe in me. When they believe in me. With Brother Nazim, I seen the product. I seen his sons. I seen his cousin, and I believed every word that man said. If Nazim said, Steve, we gonna beat Tyson Fury by flipping backwards off of this building 10 times a day. I'm climbing up that building and I'm flipping. I am not lying, yo. That's how much I believed in him. The game plans he had, it was like we meshed so much because I knew his role. Bro, listen, you're the trainer. I'm the fighter. You're the controller. I'm the video game. I'm the dude on the screen. Control me. Show me what to do. And I believed in him so much, man. And I believed in Nazim so much. Here's something for you guys. I started training with Nazim 2006, right before the stroke. All right, he had the stroke. Then I came back. He came back and he started training me for my run at cruiserweight again. Nazim said, Steve, you can beat all of these guys with one hand. He told me this. So I'm like, all right. He said, I trained for 2 years without using my right hand, sparring and all. Now you can ask everybody at the James Schuler Memorial Gym. I sparred Eddie Chambers 3 rounds, Yusuf Mack 3 rounds, Witherspoon. What's his name? The heavyweight, the cousin of Tim Witherspoon.
I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm
Chaz.
talking
Chad,
about.
yeah,
Chaz. I sparred him. Joey DeWinko. You name them. I sparred everybody with one arm for 2 years. I ain't throw no right hands. And I'm not bragging. People saw it. My wife was there. My sons were there. Bro, I was dominating. Because I believed in this dude, man. I would come home with a swollen left arm. Swollen, bro. I believed in that dude so much, man, that I was willing to do whatever that dude said because of his product, because he did it before. You know what I'm saying? He put his son on the Olympic team. He had multinational champs. So, man, that I'm telling you, bro, I was in heaven training with him. I love training with him so much. Dude trying to make me stay at home. See, go home and rest. Go home and rest. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to soak up everything I can. Like, bro, I'm coming to the gym today. You know, that's just me.
Did he ever talk to you about Margaritos when he found the wrap in Margaritos glove? When he found Margaritos.
Yeah, most definitely. So he said he went into the room and he was like, he saw the padding and he was like, it had blood and stuff on it. It was like used before that this pad that they were trying to use. And he immediately called them on. It's like, yo, this is used already. And he felt it. He knew it. This is the thing that hardens up. Margarito was killing mugs with that, man.
Yeah, he was.
Killing mugs.
The crazy part is for me with that, Paul Williams fought him with that plaster in his gloves and fought toe to toe with him. But Paul was never the same after that fight either.
Yeah.
And look at Cotto. Cotto.
Huh?
Yeah, Cotto took some damage, bro.
Yeah, he took major damage, man. Major damage. I'm gonna tell you what I like what Nassim said, man. Nassim said Floyd Mayweather's gift is his conditioning, man.
Yeah. You can see it.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
So
that brother was
Nazim,
so smart.
Nazim was hired by Cotto. A lot of people don't know this. Nazim was hired by Miguel Cotto during the rematch with Margarito.
Okay.
Just to go and sit and watch him rap.
Wow.
That shit was funny. Yo, that was ingenious. That was ingenious by Cotto. Sent him right back in there.
That's right.
Man, that crap was crazy.
I met Nassim one time. I was in Atlantic City at Caesars Casino, and I was in the valet, and he was in valet too, man. And I introduced myself to him and everything, man. And he sat and talked to me for 15 minutes, man. And he talked to me like we was old friends, man. And it was he
only stopped for 15.
Yo,
it was about an hour or two, bro.
Right. It was such a blessing, man. It was such a blessing. Yeah. And not too long after that, he passed away, man. So
I'm gonna tell y'all about that right there, man. So, you know, I'm out here in Pittsburgh, and you know, I talk to Nazim probably like 3 times a month. You know, we were all like family. You know, there was a interviewer who interviewed Nazim and asked him about B-Hop. You know, because B-Hop is the guy. You know what I mean? He's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. So, you know, they bring up B-Hop, easy money. Yo, what's up? What's B-Hop doing? And Brother Nazim's like, I don't know. You know, Brother Nazim kept it real. I don't know. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, after training camp, we don't talk. We don't deal with each other.
I heard
but
that.
He said, now ask me. Right. So he said, now ask me about Steve Cunningham. You know, he said, we together all the time. We go to the movies. He was like, we were a family. Like, our relationship was different than fighter and just trainer. We were family. You know what I mean? Like, he invited me into his world. He was in the mines. He started training my sons in the beginning. You know, that's the type of dude Nazim was, man. He was a real personable dude, ready to give info to anybody. Like, we go out to Dave and Buster's, man, and the fan are noticing. We knew what time it was. We're gonna be here a couple hours, and and everybody let him cook. You know, he loved to talk boxing, man.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. So he caught the stroke.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
You go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You go. Yeah.
So he caught the stroke in like I guess like 2019. He was in the hospital. But a lot of people don't know he was in the hospital a long time before he died. And I didn't find we were looking for him because they were real private people too. like they were real private about their information. So when Nazim literally falls off the grid, we're calling his sons. I don't know. So me and his nephew was pretty tight. And he was like, I'm looking for him too. He finds out Nazim's in the hospital because he had another stroke and whatnot. And this is 2020 October. No, I'm sorry, 2019 October. I drive into Philly. We go look at him. Actually, we got a call saying he might die. This was 2019. Wow. Got a call from his wife and come see him ASAP. That's what that was. So we drive in and we go see him. But I look at him, I'm like, yo, bro, he had he was laying out and he was responding. So I'm like, well, he don't look like he's ready to die. We went up the next morning. This is a funny story. He's in the bed laying down, kind of in and out, drugged up. They send a priest. They sent a Catholic priest
oh Lord
into the room, right? Dude is doing his little spew, his little Christian spew and whatever. And I'm sitting there like, bro, he had his kufi, he didn't have his kufi on. So we tell him, hey, he's a Muslim. So, but Brother Nazim is alert, and Brother Nazim's looking at him, dude, still talking. But the guy looks like Manny Pacquiao.
No.
So we haven't got any response out of Brother Nazim up until this point. The Catholic priest leaves, and me and my wife, we clowning. We like, yo, I'm like, Nas, they sent Manny Pacquiao to check on you. So he just busts out and started laughing. So we like, yo, motherfucker's still here. Like, what they talking about? He about to die. You know what I mean?
Wow. Damn. Yeah, he was a special one, man. He was a special one.
And Jay Hardcore, one thing about Brother
You guys still there?
Yes, sir.
He said he was always trying to help everybody. And you never heard him say anything bad about anybody. But to Steve's point, right? I just think it was the perfect match made in heaven, him and our brother Nazim. Because there are very few people, knowing Steve all these years, there are very few people like him who are willing to accept knowledge and despite his success, still stay humble and very disciplined. There are not too many Steve Cunninghams.
Yeah. There
are not a lot of Steve Cunninghams looking at fighters coming up who are that disciplined and that focused.
That's true.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Man.
You know what's passing through my mind right now is when Steve dropped Fury, man. I thought that fight was over, honestly. I really did when he went down.
Yeah, I remember watching that fight, man, live. I remember that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I saw it in real time when it happened.
Yeah. You never know how life will put you. Now I'm sitting here on my show talking to Steve Cunningham. You know what I mean? You just never know how life does you, man. You know what I mean? It's just always a blessing, man, that I'm in here with all you old brothers, man. I appreciate it every time, man. You know
man, Steve, that's my dude, though, man. That's why I called him earlier, man. I said, you got to come on the show, man. I'm doing this old-timer show. I said, you're young, but you'll be welcome.
I appreciate that, fellas. Man, I really do.
Oh, man, it was a pleasure. And this is not the first time him and I have done the show together.
I appreciate
you. Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, he's good dude.
Totally appreciate you. Yes, indeed.
Very personable.
Definitely a pleasure, man. And man, I appreciate that Nazim information, man.
Good dude,
ain't nobody got that. I ain't never heard what you just said.
Yeah, man. It's so many stories. That's why I said I can write a book, man, about my experiences with them, because they were unique, and coming from my perspective of just being in awe of who I was being trained by. Bro, he doesn't. I mean, I talked to him and I told him, certain things, because my mom passed 2 years before Nas passed, so I was able to tell her things that how much I loved her, So with Nazim being up in the hospital, man, I talked with him, sat and talked with him, and I expressed some things to him, and he was like a much older brother. You know what I'm saying?
a much older brother, and when they called us and told us he was dead, bro, I had to take a walk, man. Oh my God, I had to take a walk. And I'm still hurting now because I'm like, I always dreamt about him helping me with my sons. You know, now I got Junior, who's a pro, and my 13-year-old is a 3-time national champ, and I'm just like, damn, I envisioned this time, but bro was here, you know, and it's hard. Life is hard, bro. Life is difficult.
Yeah, but see, he passed the information to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts.
See,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Facts.
You know, he went away, but you got that knowledge. He gave it to
Yeah.
you.
He
You're right.
deposited it. He deposited
Yeah,
it, bro.
You're
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
And
Here's
Jay Harcourt, can I tell a Steve Cunningham story?
Sure,
go ahead,
please.
bro.
Go ahead, bro.
There's a time, and I tell everybody this story, and this is why I have, this one of the reasons I got a million Steve Cunningham stories. Not too many people like him, man. Renee Akins and I were going to speak at Sarah Junior High in West Philadelphia. Renee Akins, matchmaker. And my friend, Michael Robinson, he's a pastor, he's an educator. And, oh, somebody's out there? Okay. I'll wait till they pass. So anyway, there was another celebrity boxer supposed to show up at 8 o'clock with us, and we all met out the junior high. And I'm out there with Renee, and the person called, said they were in a car accident. It was like, oh my God, we're going to talk to all these guys. And the junior high school, we need all these people, and who can we get? And Renee and I are standing out there. We got to get somebody that will come, a celebrity. Man, we called Steve Cunningham, who was in his bed or whatever. And we said, Steve, can you come and bring the belt? He said, don't worry about it. I got y'all. Steve was there in a half an hour. I think we spent 2 hours with the kids talking. They took pictures with the belt. And I'm saying, nowadays, right, how many people do that?
None.
I don't want to mention any other world champions who you have to do stuff. Oh, I can't.
Everybody want to get paid, man.
Yeah.
Talk to my publicist. Steve came out and met with the class, and years later there was a young man. I saw the fight he was fighting, and he goes, "Man, I remember you, man. You were there with Steve Cunningham at the fight. That's why I started boxing."
Yo,
Wow.
Another kid, Atif Overton was in that class.
Oh, you're right.
Wow.
He was there. And he told me, he was like, Steve, you the reason I started boxing.
Thank you.
I was like, whoa.
Right.
I was like, whoa. Because you came to that class that day. That's what he told me.
Amazing. See, you never know how God is going to use you, man.
Facts.
But I'm saying that to say there's several people that I know who've made it up in boxing, right? And there are 2 people I can never say anything. 3 people I always say never change: Steve Cunningham, Tim Witherspoon, and Jeff Mayweather.
And one more. I got down in Florida.
Glenn Johnson.
Glenn Johnson. Yeah.
Well, you know that's automatic. He's Jamaican, so I can. Glenn, no, I'll call him anytime, man.
Yeah,
he's part of the family.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to add this right here, like, you know, with George stating that, like, yo, I came out with it, you know, just off the call. My thing is, I'm a fan. I've been a fan of boxing. Like I said, I started at age 19. So I grew up watching Sugar Ray and Roberto Duran and them fights on ABC. You know, I grew up watching all of these boxing. I grew up watching. I seen Oscar De La Hoya fight as an amateur on, you know, in the Olympics when they aired it. I watched these dudes fight Roy Jones on TV. I watched all of these guys fight and becoming a pro. Now I'm a world champion. I'm like, yo, I'm excited. I sit back some days and be like, yo, I did that. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan. I'm still a fan. And I can go through my phone right now. Roy Jones, Chris Bird, Oscar De La Hoya, such and such. And one day I was going through my phone call list and I was like, yo, bro, like you did it. Nate Campbell, my homeboy Nate Campbell, we went through the amateurs together. And, you know, Nate became unified lightweight champ. And
he sent me a message. He sent me a message about 3 months ago, and he said, "Yo, bro, can you believe we did it? We actually did it." And I was just, yo, that crap brought tears to my eyes.
That's amazing.
Because it's so hard, man. It's so hard for these dudes. I know how hard it is. It's so hard for these fighters to get put on, and it's so hard to keep focus.
Yeah.
It's so
Hey,
hard to keep focus. There's so many young champions that should be, that we should, so many young fighters that should make it to being a champ or even fighting for a belt, but the streets get them, you know,
So
money
many
situation get them,
distractions.
right? The business gets them. Stuff. It's difficult, man. That's why being a champion, bro, is more than just, oh, he can fight his ass off. No, he can, you know, he withstood some stuff, you know, business wise, promotional wise, and for those who know my path that I had to go to Europe. That's another book in itself, dealing with that stuff. So man, I'm in awe of what's been done, you know, on what I did, man. I'm just in awe.
Hey, Steve,
Yes,
we
sir.
have a brother on here, man. As you know, we got Bernard Hackett. His
Yes,
son
sir.
is going to be a future champion.
Oh
one
yeah,
day.
no doubt. I've been seeing, man. Listen, that boy.
What advice would you give to this brother right now for his son?
Fellas, I gotta go. Y'all take care of yourselves.
All right,
Mr. Will,
salute.
thank you.
Stay safe, everybody.
All right,
Thank you,
all right.
sir.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
The advice I would give his son is stay the course. Stay the course vigilantly though. Not just I'm about no. I mean, and I'm sure they doing it. But stay the course on some. We about to take over the world. That's the only. I can only give the advice that I experienced. I got this picture of me and my wife. Yo, bro, I was fighting for $100 a round. My first 11 fights, $100 a round. I'm trying to get a 10 rounder so I can make $1,000. You get what I'm saying? So there's this picture of me and my wife, girlfriend at that time though, after a fight, and it's in a gymnasium somewhere in Georgia or something. I just made $400, big smile. But at that time, there's nobody in this world couldn't have told me I wasn't going to be a world champion. You couldn't. Oscar De La Hoya could have came up and be like, man, you ain't gonna be no world champion. And I'd have told him you a goddamn lie. You know what I mean? You were a goddamn lie. Because my whole mindset was what I'm gonna be. Stay the course, project your future, and become it. And they doing it, man. That kid is great, man. That kid look good. That kid look good. And I saw the promotional move they made. It's a great move. Great move. You know what I mean? I'm very happy for them for that. And man, we watching, man. I can't wait. He's gonna get that belt. He's gonna get belts, not a belt. That kid is sharp, man.
Yes, he is. Amen.
And Steve, I got a comment. You remind me of Larry Holmes, man, in the sense that Larry did something that you also did. He found himself a smart woman, got married, and the career was the focus. Just like how your wife and you guys have been able to move together the team.
Yeah.
Larry was able to do the same thing and had no distraction outside in his personal life.
Yeah, that's highly important. Like, man, you know, fighters, we get up there, you gonna get you a girlfriend, you know what I mean? You gonna have some kids, man. If you can't mesh that, if she can't mesh into what you're doing, bro, she a hindrance. You know what I mean? She's a hindrance. If she can't help you in there, she's a hindrance. You know, I see a lot of these, and me and my wife, we sit back and we watch the boxing wives at fights. We see them, you know what I'm saying? And we like,
man, say that again, Steve. Say that again, because my son's sitting right here listening.
What's up, young champ? What's up?
What's up, man? What's up?
My advice to you, as they asked me, say, what advice would I give you? And it's stay the course. Project your future, bro. Don't let nobody tell you ain't gonna be no goddamn world champion, man. No matter what you going through, you tell yourself what you are. I'm a world champion, bro. Like I told them, I was making $100 a round, and at that time, there's a picture with me and my wife. I just made $400 fighting a 4-rounder in a gym in Georgia. And Oscar De La Hoya, Roy Jones could have walked up to me and was like, "You ain't gonna be no world champ," and I'd have told him they goddamn lie. You know what I mean? Project your future, bro, and you'll become what you work for. Cause y'all working. I know y'all working. Father and son team, y'all solid. You look great. Stay the course.
What about the women?
Oh, so the women, yeah, the
What
women, man,
women?
yeah, right. If you got a lady, man, she got to be on board. She got to be on board fully. And that's, hey, I'm in camp. We ain't fooling around. You know what I mean? I don't need no hindrances. If she ain't a help, she's a negative. Period. My son's 21. He's got a girlfriend. Yo, she wouldn't be around us if she wasn't on board. She wouldn't be around us if she wasn't on board. Straight up. That's the way we roll, man.
Talib Cunningham said, "This dude has to be related to me. He lives in South Carolina. You got family in South Carolina?"
Yeah, my peoples came from Alabama.
Okay.
My peoples came from Alabaster, Alabama. My grandma.
Okay, cool. Yes, indeedy, man. Man, this has been an amazing show. I appreciate you, Champ, coming on, man, and just giving us these stories and everything, and just taking us into your life, man. And it's definitely been appreciative, man. I really enjoyed it.
Keeping it real.
Thank you, fellas, man. Like I said,
indeed.
It's an honor, man. I got 2 more years to hit the 50 club, bro. But thanks for letting me in.
That's right. Hey, we ain't never did that before. I never been the rules when it comes to the 50 and over crew, bro. But Champ, we appreciate you, man. We thank you wholeheartedly, man. And man, the Nassim stories, man, I'ma hold that dearly, my brother.
Yeah, man. That's my guy, bro.
Yeah.
That is my guy, man. Hey, look, let me give you one short last Nazim story, right?
Please.
This is the type of trainer he is. I mean, I'm sorry. He said don't ever call him a trainer. He's a teacher. So I'm gonna honor that. This is the type of teacher he was and still is, because I'm still learning from him. I watch his videos on YouTube, man. You know, the old ones, and still try to pick up. But my son was about 14 years old. Here in Pittsburgh, they were doing a Cuba versus Pittsburgh. The Cubans invited us. We went to Cuba, trained with them in their gym, and then they came back to Pittsburgh a month later, and we fought them on the Roberto Clemente Bridge out here. You know, but after we came back from Cuba, I hit Nazim up. This was 2016. I hit Nazim up and was like, "Yo, I'm concerned as a trainer. You know, my son matched up with a Cuban. Oh shit, oh, you know." So I hit Nazim up like, "Nas, I'm sending Junior to stay with you, so you can train him for this." He said, "Steve, listen." He said, "No." He said, you're doing such a great job. You can do this. That's what he told me. He said, you can do it. No, I ain't gonna do it. You can do this. And I was nervous as hell, bro. I was like, oh, for real? So, but that made me go back to the gym as a trainer now. And I'm still actively fighting, but now I'm a trainer, and it made me open up another area in my brain as a trainer. And I put my boy and my nephew through some hell, you know, on the level of Nazim. And my son was one of the only ones in Pittsburgh that went to beat his Cuban. Crazy, man.
Wow.
Crazy. That he taught me to believe in myself, among many other things, just in that little thing right there, you know, as a trainer. And I just was like, wow, bro.
And believe in your ability as a trainer.
Exactly. So that helped me upgrade, you know, to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, not that you belong here, but you can do it. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm still learning as a trainer every day. I'm watching everybody, man.
Nice. All right, burning desires. Anybody got a burning desire? Let's roll it out right there.
As in, what you mean, like boxing wise?
Yeah, anything. This burning desire on here mean whatever the last thing you want to say before you go.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go because I do have to go. Last thing I want to say is I just appreciate you guys, man. And I'm a fan of boxing. I'm gonna always be a fan of boxing. Shows like this are like the foundation for the fans. You know what I'm saying? And being able to to have a guy like me on, which is there's just I won the titles and I have a little bit of knowledge and experience, man. I'm glad to share it and open up to you guys, man. And I just appreciate it. My burning desire would be to be back here a couple more times.
Hey,
Before I'm
you
50.
got an open invitation, my brother. Every Sunday at 8 o'clock. Whenever you want to come on, okay?
Fellas, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Salute to you, my brother.
Peace.
Right. Brother McDowell, what you got for me? On the spot.
Man.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. But no.
Man, once again, it's a pleasure to always be surrounded by good men. Y'all are a highlight of my week. I look forward to Sundays, and I hope that we continue this. And I wish much success to everybody who's on here in the boxing community. And just remember, we're all trying to do the same thing.
Didn't hear that last part. Can you say it again?
We can get ahead by pushing each other back.
You sounded like Bernard. I mean, you sound like Marvin now. Yes, you mean the Wi-Fi went out on him at the last minute.
Peace.
We got that. Peace.
All right, everybody. I'll see everybody next week, Mike.
All right, man. God willing, and the creek don't rise. hey, everybody in the chat, man. We thank everybody for showing up. I see Senior said, I can't stop me from coming on now. Hey, Senior, soon as you become world champ, man, you can come on here as soon as you want, man. Other than that, keep trying until you're 50, my guy. Other than that, it's your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News. And I'm out of here. And as Brother McDowell said, and we out of here.
All right, JD.
Take it easy, my brother. How you turn this damn thing off? And we out.